Cheney says lives were saved. Is it worth doing waterboarding, keeping them up late in cold rooms, stress positions to save lives? Is it worth it, sir?
We could have gotten the same information by following the time-proven techniques that interrogators have always used.
And you're positive of that?
Well, we'll never know because we went ahead and made these extraordinary...
But you just stated we could have gotten, and now you're saying we'll never know. Look, here's the deal, and I want everybody to understand this. If I'm the President of the United States, Captain, and I believe you too, and we have an imminent threat, because that's what the government thought after 9/11, there was going to be another attack, and you have guys that aren't giving up any info, and you have a choice of dunking them in the water with an attending physician standing by, you dunk them in the water, Captain. I think you would have done it too.
Well, look, all this talk of the ticking nuke, it comes from watching too many seasons of 24. The reality is that we didn't know what we didn't know, and using waterboarding to go fishing for intelligence produces a lot of bad information, and it's counterproductive, and it produces just a lot of bad information and strikes back at us.
What do you say to that, Mr. Zion?
Actually, on that last point, I definitely agree with the good captain. Torture interrogation is only effective when you know a specific person has specific information that you need.
We already heard that. I'm getting a little impatient with you, gentlemen. If you were the president, Mr. Zion, and you facing the lack of intelligence that we were facing, and you were facing intel that said another attack is coming, would you have waterboarded these men?
I would have to know more.
You'd have to know more about what?
I'd have to know more about the people and know more about the attack. Torture
okay, all right, that's not a bad answer, all right, because we don't know what President Bush knew. Presumably we will when he writes his book. But let's say that Cheney is telling the truth, and he's putting up. He's putting up. He wants those memos released. And the memos say that the intelligence that they gleaned from these actions, Mr. Zion, saved American lives and disrupted plots that would have killed Americans. Are you going to then say it wasn't worth doing, sir?
Those techniques have to be part of the arsenal.
All right, so you're going to say
but
they have to be part of the option that only the president can order. You're going to say, I just want to get you on the record. You're with me
I agree
on
with that. Yes.
Okay, but
yes.
Captain, you dissent. You still wouldn't use them under those circumstances.
Well, look, you're creating this hypothetical, and there's a bunch of cherry picking on both sides.
No, it's not a hypothetical. There are memos that Obama has not released that he could tomorrow, and he should, that say, here's what we got, and here's what was disrupted. It's not a hypothetical. Cheney said last night on this network, he wants them released so everybody can see it. So you got to assume the guy's not lying.
We're never going to be happy in this declassifying contest. We can declassify the cherry picking that Cheney is asking for, but then we'd also have to declassify all of the dead ends that didn't go anywhere.
Maybe.
This video just shows how stupid Bill O'Reilly looks trying to defend criminal actions just because it was a Republican president who just happened to commit the crime. A word to the Republican Party. Stop trying to defend this dude just because he was a Republican president. It makes your party look even worse. And it shows how you guys cannot be trusted pretty much ever again in the White House until you learn to break away from him. Break away from Bush and Cheney. Let them and that administration do their time, do their justice system, and you guys just need to focus on your party. Focus on where your party is going in the future. Because it's going nowhere trying to defend a straight-up criminal. So that's just some advice if you guys want to play and make any type of impact in the political system again. That's what people voted for. People voted against that. And you guys got to live with it until you learn to break away from Bush, who has gotten you guys in the minority anyways and will keep you there as long as you keep trying to defend his criminal actions. Let the justice system deal with him and you guys move on. Say, hey, he did his crime. He's going to do his time like any other American citizen. We don't condone his actions and we want to move on with our lives. He made a mistake. And that's all it is to it. You guys are referring to television series shows, the 24, Jack Bauer. Y'all are referring to his tactics all the time. I got a television show you guys need to refer to. It's on the same channel. on the same network, Fox. Lie to me.